Sir.
Mayor Pro Tem, Council, this is my second time past midnight here. Thank you for hearing us. And I'm a short-term rental 1 and 2 owner. I have properties in 3 different districts. My short-term 1 rental got us kind of into this business, so to speak, and have taken great pride in the neighborhoods where we host all kinds of wonderful people, and lots of stories, and you've heard many, and all the short-term 2 and 1 colleagues and counterparts of mine that have spoken have shared just heart-touching stories that I can relate to. We're good actors. We pay our taxes. We're licensed. We're cheerleaders for Austin. We really think of ourselves as ambassadors, and we love directing people to the local establishments in the neighborhoods where we do host these guests. We serve as a concierge, and we tell our neighbors about what's going on in our city, or we tell our guests what's going on in the city, and to be mindful of the 18-month-old baby next door, and to watch their noise, and that after 10 o'clock we don't want to hear any complaints. And we've even instructed up until now our neighbors to call 311 if there are noise violations, and we don't put up with it. And again, I think that your task is quite daunting, to try to regulate something, or not regulate, but to try to legislate around a topic that we really don't know where this whole new sharing economy is going, And so we've heard tonight about the moratorium and compliance, and let's see where this takes us with real data, that we can look at together. And as one of the speakers said earlier, this is something that, it's so divisive, and if we don't look at this in terms of those for, those against, and what you have to do with your constituents, then I think that we're only going to find ourselves with some very disappointed parties. And so what I wanted to share is an example of that and my frustration as a, quote, good actor. We received a renewal statement for our short-term 1, and we paid it. That was it. And then started thinking, what happened to those short-term 2 renewals? Looked into it, and sure enough, they were expired. So I proactively actually didn't just send something in. I went over to the office and waited and waited and waited, and finally Viola came out, and we met, and I paid for my short-term rental renewals, and was told that the renewal notices just didn't go out, and just even, some confusion even as to whether they were supposed to, or just not enough staff. And paid those, and 2 days later, noted 2 days later, the compliance officer reviewed HomeAway or something, and sent violation letters on my 2 short-term 2 rentals that we were non-compliant. And when I followed that up, I was told that they didn't have the database, that there wasn't a way to look into the fact that, though I was staring at my receipt for those properties by that address, that they had no way of double checking. And so, again, the data that would have come to this council shows that, we have 2 non-compliant short-term rentals. And so, again, I just wanted to share my frustration with the fact that we're not dealing with data.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor?
Hold on, sir.